The NTU, National Taxpayers Union, with us. Joe Bishop-Henchman is on board, Executive Vice President at the National Taxpayers Union Foundation. And we'll chat with him a little bit about getting rid of the income tax here in the state of Missouri, which I think every conservative celebrates the possibility of that happening. And I think it'll be great. Joe, good morning and glad to have you with us.
Great to be with you again.
All right, Joe, getting rid of the income tax. They did this in Kansas, and it didn't pan out so well for them. What did they do wrong?
Yeah, and I was actually a critic of what they did in Kansas, and the short answer there is they cut taxes and didn't cut spending. And, well, everybody knows what happens when you do that. So that's a big problem, and they tried to do it all in 1 year. The Missouri plan that is being talked about in the legislature and by the governor, which we're very excited about, it's a little more gradual, focused on growing the state economy and using that growth, earmarking it in a way to make sure that it's used to pay down income tax rates over time, all the way to full elimination if it gets there. And we think that's a better approach to go, and one that a lot of other states are pursuing.
Is it possible that if we go that route, that it never really gets done? They continue to increase spending, and now we're going to collect a sales tax, and maybe it just never gets done? Is
that's always a risk, and that's why we're staying very engaged at National Taxpayers Union on this bill. As it's written, just as it lays out, and with the budget constraints that it would involve, we think it would get there, but obviously this is very early in the legislative process, and we'll see how it goes. The way this is, it will actually have to go to the ballot if they end up passing it in the legislature. And so, I think we need to make sure it's solid and actually does what it says it will do in order to get the votes on the ballot.
The cutting of the spending part, Joe, that's going to be tricky because politicians like to spend money. It's how they get elected in a lot of cases. Now you want
I know it, and yeah.
And now you want them to run and say, we're going to cut spending. We're not going to give you any of these things.
So a good reason for doing it gradually over time rather than all in 1 year, as Kansas tried to do, is that you can get most of the way there by lowering the rate of growth in spending. Now, obviously, I think a lot of us would welcome going through the budget very carefully and finding all the waste and abuse and duplication and getting rid of that. They can do that anytime. But as part of this proposal, it's restraining the growth each year and making sure it's not growing above population growth and inflation growth and economic growth. And if they were able to do that the last 10 years, we would have taken a big bite on the Missouri income tax. So it's very promising that this will be able to deliver on what it's promising in the future.
So we're not going to just boldly cut. We're just not going to let us grow and then let the economy kind of grow us out of it.
Yeah, that's the idea behind this plan.
Well, I hope that it happens. I just inherently don't trust politicians because I've heard this argument at the federal level forever. No, we don't have to worry about the national debt. We'll just grow our way out of it. And then we just keep increasing the spending, and it gets crazy.
And now we're at a $37 trillion national debt. It's really a terrible direction for the federal budget and for the national economy. But we've seen a lot of innovation at the state level. Now, half the states have either no income tax or a flat income tax. And that's a big change from where we were about 10 years ago. Missouri is kind of gradually becoming an outlier, falling behind by standing still as states around it are moving in that direction. I mean, Arkansas is going to have a big tax reform debate this year. Iowa and Nebraska have done big tax reforms. Oklahoma's debating it. So we'll see what Missouri does this year.
Well, I'm not a real big fan of the governor, but I'm a fan of this, and he's pushing for it. And so I wish him the best of luck on that, and I'd certainly support him in that endeavor. Is there anything that you see so far that gives you pause?
Well, the devil will be in the details, obviously. Right now, we just kind of have an outline of legislation. As they start putting meat on the bones, so to speak, we're going to be very vigilant about it. I know a lot of other organizations are going to be vigilant about it, because we want this to work for taxpayers. We don't want any kind of bait and switch, and we want to make sure that if it's making big promises, that it delivers on them.
Yeah, I would hope for the same thing. Can we get you back periodically as the tax bill advances through the legislature?
Oh, I'm always happy to come on with you, Gary. Yeah.
Okay, great. Anything else you want to add to that, Joe?
You can learn more about this and all of our other work across the country at NTU.org. When I'm not doing this, I'm suing the IRS for a living, making sure that they're not abusing taxpayers, and we always love ideas for potential cases or any issues people are seeing that they get some letter from the IRS, they don't think it's right. Let us know about it.
Wait! See, I was going to dismiss you, and I didn't know you were suing the IRS. What a great pastime! Any successful stories you can share with us?
Oh, yeah. We're doing a class action right now defending paid tax preparers. We've gotten the courts to declare the IRS was wrong on that and is preparing to issue a bunch of refunds. In order to make our case go away, there's a fee that is charged on paid preparers that we think is illegal, and we think it's excessive. We lost on illegal, but we won on excessive. And every year, the IRS lowers this fee a little bit, trying to make our case go away. We're not going to go away until it's zero, but they keep trying. It might be the only fee in the whole federal government that goes down every year rather than up, so we're very proud about that. We also got a big property tax refund for some taxpayers in Northeast Colorado where their government doubled property taxes without doing the required vote that they were supposed to do. And so the first of 10 years of refund payments is reaching those homeowners and landowners this month. So we kind of have a tax authority on a payment plan to taxpayers. Usually it's the other way around. So it's neat stuff we're doing here at National Taxpayers Union.
Well, you're not kidding. Have you been watching what's going on with real estate taxes around the country?
Oh, yeah. We've got a lot of ideas, some of them good, most of them not, on what to do about it. But a lot of it comes from not holding local governments accountable on some of their spending and not keeping an eye on state and federal mandates on those local governments.
It's an unrealized gain that they're taxing, and I just seems so unfair. Here in Missouri, Joe, we have a personal property tax. So if you own a car, a boat, a motorcycle, farm animals, tractor, any of those things, you have to pay the government a tax on it, even if you don't drive it on the road. If you have a car sitting in your garage that hasn't seen cement in years, you still have to pay rent for it. Other states are getting rid of those?
Yeah, it's terrible. It's a literal tax on capital investment. You go out there and you buy stuff to make your to grow the economy, to produce more, and your tax bill goes up. That's exactly the opposite of what it should be. And most states are getting rid of those. There's very few of them that are still left. Missouri is one of them, as you described. I certainly hope that that's on the table to be looked at. Where the money goes to local governments, that makes it difficult because they'll want to keep it. And we've worked with a lot of states to figure out reforms on how to do it, because it can be very tricky to do, but it's not impossible. Other states have done it.
All right. Joe Henchman, National Taxpayers Union, thank you so much for being with us. Look forward to having you back.
You have a great day.
All right, you too. Take care. Joe Henchman on the Gary Nolan Show on a Think Tank Thursday.